Hey, what's up everyone? I'm sure most of you might have heard about this object that has passed by the sun. So, some kind of a large dark object that resembles a planet passed by the sun, in between the Earth and the sun, according to video feeds from the solar observatories. I don't know which one posted this or who posted this, but several people have talked about it. I know Earthly Patriot, a very kind, very nice YouTuber. Big shout out to her. She spoke about this. She showed a video where another YouTuber mentioned this very dark object, this dark round object that looks like a planet or some sort of celestial object passed by the sun, in between the Earth and the sun, and made a shadow. Now, scientists and NASA and all of those organizations, they didn't have much to offer as far as an explanation. They stated something about, well, you'll have to look it up and find out, but I can't find anything about it. When I go to search it, I don't find any news regarding this. But I see several videos about it, and also, if you'll notice from a recent video from not only Secure Team, but several other YouTubers have been talking about this as well, where this solar observatory in New Mexico shut down, and they've closed it all off. They've told all the employees to leave. They've told the surrounding people to be surrounding businesses to be evacuated. The local police department was informed about this, and they were told that no information would be given to them. They asked for information, they got none. And the FBI got in on this. And CIA, several the intelligence agencies and Bureau of Investigation obviously got in on this and wanted to know what was going on. No information was given, so the local police department claims to be, up in arms. No, I guess pun intended there, but they claim to be up in the air, like their arms are in the air. They're like, it's up in the air on what this is. No explanation was given to them. And the people would like to know an explanation. It was all over the local news of New Mexico. They were stating, why is our space observatory shut down after they spotted something or something happened? And was this where the feed came from? I don't know. But I know an object went in between the Earth and the sun, according to the live feed, and something happened. That's all I know. I don't know whether it's some kind of a thing they're trying to do, I know that they'll try to do things that play into their game, too. I do know that. And I also know that they'll try to trick people, and usually they give some sort of an explanation. If it is something legit, if it's something legitimate that is important, usually they just brush it off, sweep it under the rug, water under the bridge, it's over, never happened, or it's not important. They'll just state, they'll give some explanation to the general public that they feel will satisfy the people, and they'll just move on with it. Or if you're actually a truther and you're actually looking for the truth, the explanation they usually give does not satisfy you whatsoever. It's not a logical explanation that fits what you obviously know happened. It's usually just some sort of a cover-up story, a cover story they give. But we'll see what happens in the next few days. This happened a few days ago. We'll see what happens in the next few days, what they come up with, what if there is a truth that they state. If they do give the truth, we'll find out. We'll find out if they give the truth. So, this object passed within view of the observatory, a very large, round, circular, dark object. It was obviously, it looked like a planet, or some sort of a celestial object, or a meteor, or something, and it passed by. I do know they stated a comet was supposed to have passed by a couple of days ago. I do know that. A couple of days ago, a comet was supposed to have passed by. Some sort of a nickname, an apocalypse comet or something like that, but it was some kind of a nickname they gave it. I know Apophis was also another comet that's supposed to come back by in the 2020s. Or was it 2036? I'm not sure. A meteor or something like that. Excuse me. But, yeah. What do you think this object was? Why do you think that they closed down this space observatory? You'll see right here, the FBI, the Federal Bureau of Investigation, mysteriously closes the New Mexico Observatory. So, this is how it starts. The FBI suspiciously locks down and evacuates the solar observatory. Mysterious observatory evacuation stirs alien conspiracy theories, obviously. Obviously, people are wondering. This article says, I'm definitely not saying it's aliens, but the closure of the New Mexico Solar Observatory is still a mystery. As of 5 hours ago, the National Solar Observatory shut down. It was shut down over mysterious security issue. Now, that's what they're giving. The Daily Mail is claiming a security issue. A mysterious security issue amid the FBI activity and Black Hawk helicopters flying in and out as geomagnetic storm looms. That was their explanation. This major geomagnetic storm took place. The Black Hawk helicopters were going in and out of the observatory. Solar Observatory in New Mexico was mysteriously evacuated last week and remains shut down up to this moment until further notice, even as a geomagnetic storm bars down on Earth's atmosphere. So it's supposed to, think about that. It's supposed to be observing the geomagnetic storms taking place, these CMEs hitting the Earth's atmosphere, and that's what they claim to do. And right now there's one that needs to be monitored, and they've shut it down. So that makes no sense. But according to the local media, National Solar Observatory in Sunspot, New Mexico, has been closed down since Thursday, along with a nearby post office, and all the employees that are affected have no idea why. They're not being told. The FBI has since showed up to the site, and Black Hawk helicopters have been seen circling overhead, and I've been hearing Black Hawk helicopters have been going back and forth. So if you've heard anything about this or live in the area, let me know any information you have about this. But officials remain tight-lipped as to what's going on, saying only that they are addressing a security issue. Now, that's the excuse that they've given. There might be a legitimate security issue taking place, but who knows what the actual explanation is. But the mysterious activity has sparked conspiracy theories across the internet, given its, I don't even like that word anymore, conspiracy theories, because they have used it so much to delegitimize something that is actually of major importance, and they take that word and sprinkle it on everything and make it sound like everything is a conspiracy theory, and they make it sound like everything that we talk about is something that, that's just crazy talk or stupid, and they literally make us automatically seem insane by using that word conspiracy theory. It makes a serious topic or something that should be looked at or looked into ignored by people worldwide, because that's the way the mainstream media and news portrays these types of occurrences and the things that we witness and observe to be conspiracy theory, because that's what they dub it as, is conspiracy theory, so that it sounds crazy to other people so they won't pay any attention to it. That's the way I view it. But the mysterious activity has sparked theories, I'll just put it that way, across the internet, given its alignment with this week's solar storm. So the solar storm's happening. They shut down the major space observatory, solar observatory, mind you, in New Mexico, nicknamed the the Sunspot Observatory, and that's where they in Sunspot, New Mexico, and they shut it down during this major solar storm. So what's up with that? And right as this black celestial object goes by on recording. So this mysterious activity has obviously sparked a lot of theories as to what's going on, especially given this week's solar storm and this object that's been seen by many people on a live feed from space. So you can scroll down for the video. The facility is managed by the Association University Research Astronomy, called AURA, and it has been vacant since September 6th. It's been nearly a week since the initial evacuation, but no details have been released. It's still not up and running. Last week, a spokesperson of AURA told Alamogordo? I thought it was Alamogordo. I remember an N. Alamogordo, whatever, Daily News, they evacuated as a precautionary measure, or so they claim. So the sheriff revealed that even the local law enforcement has been kept in the dark, not told any information as to what the true news is as to what's actually happening. So they've been kept in the dark despite being told to stand by, stay on standby. The FBI is refusing to tell us what's going on. The House told Alamogordo Daily News, the Otero County Sheriff Benny House revealed they're being kept in the dark and not told any information. They would like to know what's going on. They said, we've got people upset, and we've got people up there requesting us to stand by while they evacuate. Nobody would really elaborate on any of the circumstances as to why. They're telling the police to be on standby while the entire people around the surrounding area evacuate. That's not really fair. They don't really know what in the world's going on. At least tell them what's going on, you know what I mean? Tell the police what's going on. Don't just leave them up in the air like that and tell everyone to evacuate, but you let the police stay there while not knowing the actual situation taking place. So, and many people speculated, well, aliens on the loose, something major happened there, something got loose, or a contaminant got loose, or some sort of contagion got loose, keep the police there, or creatures, or there's some sort of, a theory as to some kind of government issue, hacking issue. There's been explanations out the wazoo, as people used to say. There's been so many explanations given, and theories given, but no official explanation has come forward. I'm sure they'll brush it all away and sweep it under the rug and state that it was just a false alarm or some sort of a hacking issue. I'm sure they'll just give some simple explanation to satisfy the general public very soon, but they should at least tell the police officers, the law enforcement, what's going on. I mean, since they're right there at the threat. The FBI were up there. I mean, it could be a rogue person, it could be a crazy person they're stopping, it could be anything, you never know. Maybe something got hacked and the system's going crazy, but what their purpose was, nobody will say. The FBI got up there, they were there, but for the FBI to get involved that quickly, they said, and be so secretive about it, there was a lot of stuff going on up there. There was a Black Hawk helicopter, a bunch of people, said the police officer, a bunch of people around antennas, crews working on towers, but nobody would tell us anything. No one would give any information. As of September 11th, on 9/11, officials confirmed the facilities were still closed and they would not be reopened until they were given the green light to do so. They said we were told on September 6th that we would be evacuated, along with the surrounding area, so the entire area surrounding it. I heard gas stations were evacuated, businesses and stores. I heard homes were evacuated surrounding the area. Anyone around that particular area were evacuated. That's what ABC 7 News told everyone. Rob Sturgeon told ABC 7 News that everyone was evacuated and we were just told to be out of the area, to leave. We remained suspended until we were allowed to return. So this mysterious activity sparked a lot of theories as to what could be going on, given its alignment with this week's solar storm and this strange object that was seen by people going by in between the sun and the Earth. Scientists were warned earlier this week that a huge hole has been spotted in the sun's corona. Well, that's what this observatory is supposed to monitor, is the sunspots, which could cause damage to our power supplies and affect satellites. And scientists warned about that earlier this week, this big hole that opened up in the sun's corona. And then they shut this place down. They said it will also likely trigger auroras, which in the Aurora Borealis are the beautiful lights, the northern lights, and the southern lights too. Fast-moving solar winds created where the sun's magnetic field opens up into space, captured by vast black regions in satellite imagery. These supercharged particles have now made their way into the solar system and begun to hit the atmosphere of our planet. The charged magnetic particles from the atmosphere can interfere with machinery and technology in the Earth's orbit as well as our planet's surface, such as GPS satellite systems and radio signals. They can also threaten our airlines by disrupting and disturbing Earth's magnetic field, basically disrupting any type of our technology, cell phones, internet, anything connected to using electromagnetic frequency. The National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, the NOAA, has issued a storm watch for a G2 level storm, which is considered moderate on the 5-level scale. 5 is the highest. Geomagnetic storms are ranked on a severity scale, with G at the bottom, R in the middle, and S at the top. So, as you can see this map here, most areas likely of the aurora extent between the green line and the yellow line. So right there, these solar flares and reaching the Earth at high speed. You can see the information right there. You can pause the video and read this information for solar flares, coronal mass ejections, and high-speed solar wind streams. It shows the differences between those definitions, as well as solar energetic particles. So, while these may seem dangerous, astronauts are not in immediate danger because of the phenomenon, because of the relatively low orbit of manned missions. However, they said they have to be concerned about the cumulative exposure during spacewalks. This is the image of the sun here. The damage caused by solar storms can take place when these coronal mass ejections and geomagnetic storms that enhance the aurora. They can disrupt our radio waves, GPS coordinates, and overload electrical systems and mess our technology, internet connection, cell phone signal, any type of signal. A large influx of our it can mess up our grids completely, of this influx of energy flow into the high voltage power grids, and it can permanently damage transformers. This can shut off businesses and homes around this world, so it is a serious threat. So they said one of the more pleasant effects is the beautiful northern lights. It may be visible at high altitudes of the United States and UK. So this is predicted, meaning it's a fairly minor storm, so that is the good news. But they said solar activity tends to come around in cycles lasting around 11 years. It's an 11-year cycle. Michio Kaku talked about that years ago. He's an astrophysicist and scientist as well, so he talked about that for a long time. The 11-year sunspot solar cycles, where the pole reversal takes place on the sun. The star is currently experiencing a continuing period of inactivity, which is unexpected. For such a long period of inactivity is very, very unusual. The sun was predicted to reach its solar minimum low point in 2019 or 2020. Some speculated this could cause many ice ages, which is possible. That is a definite possibility. So, I mean, being in a solar minimum like that, it could cause many ice ages. It could. But according to NASA's calculations, it's going to reach its solar minimum low point in 2019 or 2020. So that's the information for this article. What do you think is going on? What do you think is happening with the shutdown of that space observatory, the strange object seen between the Earth and the Sun, and all of this talk of all of these theories going around of what could be happening? Why would they evacuate the entire surrounding area? A hacking issue and a security threat was mentioned, but they would not tell what, and they would not tell what happened. So something serious took place. For the FBI to get involved immediately, evacuate the surrounding areas, is it some sort of a, they're just kind of, is it just something just to, I don't know, just for some sort of a false flag agenda, false flag event? Is it some kind of a thing that legitimately something major happened, a hacking issue? What are your theories to this? I mean, for them to shut down the facility and evacuate the surrounding areas, homes, businesses, and anyone surrounding, including the employees of the Space Observatory, and not telling them why or what happened, and to get the FBI involved immediately, and not even tell the police officers, the law enforcement that are having to stand guard, and they said, be on guard. All we have to tell you, they said, all we can tell you is be ready to shoot, or be on guard, and be ready to respond. Be ready to use your weapons and respond, is what I'm hearing, basically. Now, something's up there, telling the police officers, law enforcement, to respond, but they won't tell them why. At least tell the police officers and law enforcement what they're supposed to respond to and what's going on, but they just left them up in the air. So what do you think's going on? I hope I didn't go on too long for this video, but I had to share the article and tell some of what's going on and my theories as well. So peace and much love, and I'll leave a link below to this article. Bye.